Leaders lead learning. Before leading in an area of expertise, our best leaders usually have learned their craft. For example, strong leaders in education have often been really effective teachers. Not all effective teachers make great leaders, but those great leaders who have been effective teachers are usually the best. That's because the credibility that comes from knowing the core business is often the essential measure of credibility. Sadly, it is often underrated by leaders. It is held as an area of importance by the team. You are measured by your teams, yes, in how you lead and manage leadership situations and challenges. But you are measured by what you know. Do you know what you are leading and what you are talking about? This gives you the street cred, and it is what makes or breaks those difficult decisions. Incidentally, if you don't know something and your team does, you are better to admit it rather than to push through what you think you know every time they work it out. So where is all of this going? Where do you take the opportunity to lead the learning of your staff? Or do you delegate this to others? Leaders who lead learning learn. They investigate, they research, they read, they triangulate learning, take challenges on as problems to solve. Leaders who learn make mistakes, trial new thinking, adjust, think strategically, work outside of the box. They ask others questions. They confront. They observe and are relentless on themselves. Take care though. Nothing frustrates a team more than when a leader is always challenging, always changing, and always absent on some course. Nothing annoys the team when their leader is the professional course goer and they are left to work at the coalface without leadership. And when their leader comes back and makes a change without a strategy or ensuring it is what the team needs, without putting the thinking into how it might impact on the current systems and processes, your team will simply want to murder you. Take care to not become the Christmas tree leader. The leader who has the new idea and wants things to look pretty and look great. They're worried about the impression they make. Leaders who move from site to site in a short length of time are often seen as that Christmas tree leader. They bring about rapid change without a deep understanding of need. They have their way of doing things and everything is thrown out so that they can implement what they want. They're great at telling people what they do and they are often very charismatic as they do it. The Christmas treater simply does not sustain change. They bring about change and they move on. This is not leading learning. Often the Christmas tree leader is weak in their knowledge of the core business, and they gain that feeling of success by building these things, building the empire, and actually avoiding the leadership of learning with their team. Are you a leader who buys in learning? Do you go out and find the experts to support your team? Nothing wrong with that. We all need external and expert support from time to time, whether it's from within your team or through a provider. It takes a good lot of research to find the external provider that meets the needs of your team and can work with them in a way that is effective. Believe me, you are judged in this situation too. The quality and benefit of the external provider is on you. If your team enjoy it, learn and see some long-term value in that learning, then you are judged as effective and your credibility stands. If the quality isn't grand, it is your fault. You've wasted their time and they're less enthused about going to learning next time. Your money has been wasted and the culture of learning that is valuable has taken a knock. The other aspect of buying and learning is your presence and your involvement. If you are present and actively involved, The message sent is that this learning is important. If you set up learning opportunities and then simply don't turn up, you get busy in the office and you do other things, the learning is seen as somewhat lesser in importance. What message do you send? Are you a leader of learning? Can you have that conversation with your team? Do they know that you know and understand what they do? Or can they tell you something, do something, and get away with it? Leaders who lead learning effectively are credible and valued.